This is Jerry Mason, the Kickin Lawyer, and I'm inviting everyone to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. on the Kickin Lawyer fan page on Facebook for Law Talk Live, where we discuss business, politics, current events, and the law. If you miss the live version, you can watch the playback on YouTube or listen on your favorite podcast platform. All right, it's Jerry Mason, the Kickin Lawyer, and we are doing another Law Talk, and this is in our Covington Music Series, and I'm here with Mr. Reggie and Miss Jean from Fifth Degree Band, and you guys are going to be performing May 21st, 4 to 7, the very first of the Music Fest thing that we're doing, and we're excited to have you guys. For you guys watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us across all podcast platforms. We're on Facebook and YouTube also. We also have a TikTok. And then we have the Covington Comic-Con that's coming back to Covington August 20th and 21st at the local Civic Center. If you're interested in being a sponsor or vendor at that event, look at covingtoncomiccon.com for information. We want to thank Michelle Allen. She's one of our sponsors. She's a local Cry-Like realtor. If you're buying, selling, renting real estate, she's got you covered. Mason's High Octane Martial Arts. That's how I became the Kickin Lawyer. If you're interested in becoming your own Kickin Lawyer, you go there. I don't just get the law school part, but you can get the kicking part. And then the Cellar Restaurant and Prohibition Bar is my restaurant located here in Covington, and it is actually dead between both of the sites for the music that we're talking about. So you can go from the courthouse lawn, get something to eat or drink at the Cellar, or vice versa from the Cellar, you can go and see the evening events at Liberty Vintage Marketplace. And we have Masonite Digital Marketing. If you need any branding, marketing, website assistance, we'd be glad to help you with that. So now that I got that all the way. So how are you guys doing?
Great.
Good. So the band, Fifth Degree, where'd the name come from to start with? Because I think of Fifth Degree, I'm a martial arts guy, so I'm a seventh degree, right? Black belt. So Fifth Degree makes me think of that.
Well, band, we started with 5 members, so it kind of arrived from that. But then again, as I was looking, and I didn't really realize this till I was on the way up here, but I actually looked at the definition, and it's 5 degrees by relationship of adoption, marriage, or birth. And so when we look at ourselves as a family.
Oh, that's great.
So so it doesn't matter whether we have 5 people on stage or 3.
Yeah.
It's we're tight knit.
Yes, sir. Well, we're all family under under Jesus, so it's all good.
Awesome. And all of us come out of church. All of us began our careers as church.
There's a lot of good musicians that come out of the churches.
And we still are.
Yes, sir. So what kind of music is it?
It's old school rhythm and blues, R&B, a little bit of blues, but we do a lot, many whatever paying customer wants is what we're willing to play.
I got you. Well, all of these I've done. I talk about my son. So my son Austin just graduated from Bethel University, and he is a huge musician. We just went a month ago to Nashville and recorded an album with him. But he's an old soul. He likes jazz, blues, R&B type sound, very smooth. And I'm not saying he's good because he's my kid. He's actually pretty decent. And we tried to get him lined up on the series, but he's not going to be available the weekend slot they had. But in any event, so he would love that kind of music. So for you, are you the lead singer?
I'm the keyboardist.
You're keyboardist.
Yes.
And how many people are in the? You said 5.
There are 4 musicians and then singers, and we have a group of people that we use to do lead vocals. Mm-hmm. Due to our original lead vocalist was Johnny Johnson. He's actually my uncle, her brother.
Okay.
Due to health reasons, he's no longer able to perform with us. So there's other 4 core members are myself. There's Billy Wayne White, who's our lead guitarist. Then there's Rick McCory out of Jackson, who's our bass player. And Billy Wayne White is out of Brownsville.
Yes, sir.
So we're all around the surrounding
You're
areas.
all West Tennessee guys.
We're all West Tennessee guys. And Darian Houston is our drummer. And he's also from Brownsville.
So what was let's just talk about you individually. What was your inspiration to get into music? Like, have you always played the keyboard, the piano?
Since I was 7 years old.
Really?
It was my mom's dream first before it became mine.
Before you knew it was yours?
Right. It was something that she wanted me to do. So then later on, my dad got behind her, made sure I learned how to play. So started taking lessons. I took lessons from 7 to, I think, age 14. And from 14, I was able to play by ear.
Was it mostly classical stuff in the beginning?
At the beginning, it was.
Yeah.
It was sheet music, classical music, and reading out of the books and playing along that. Playing in recitals. I think I played in 2 and 3 piano recitals, and I was the worst kid there.
Yeah. Well, at least you're honest, yeah.
So, but just be able to stick with it. And right around 14, 15 is when I really started to grasp a love for music.
I think there's something to that. So I started, I don't know what you know about me or not, but I started martial arts when I was 6, right? Because I got beat up real bad. I was a little nerdy kid. I like Superman. I like comic books and stuff. I was real nerdy. And I liked Superman not because he was strong. I liked it because Clark Kent was this nerd. And I was like, oh, that's a nerd that's strong, Anyway, I got picked on. Parents put me in martial arts. And I sucked at martial arts till about 14. And then when I hit 14, I vividly remember it clicking. I remember I was sparring this bigger kid, and he did something, and I swept him. And as soon as I swept him, I scored on him, and it just clicked. And then, of course, after that, he whipped me. But that was a success. And then it gave me some confidence. And next thing you know, it just all started clicking. And then I got on the U.S. Taekwondo team, went all over the world, and won a bunch of titles, all kinds of stuff. But my point was, I think that's a good point that it happens in music, too, that if you have perseverance and you're dedicated to it, you can eventually come in your own into something that you might not have naturally had an aptitude for in the beginning. That's awesome. So inspiration, though, besides your family, who did you listen to, or even now, who inspires you musically?
First of all, on the gospel side, because we all musicians in the band have our roots in church.
Yes, sir.
And I would say the person that mainly sticks out to me was a gospel artist named Rance Allen, who I listened to when I was younger. And then now would be Fred Hammond is an excellent gospel artist. On the R&B side, my two biggest influences are Prince and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Man,
I love both of those. Yeah. my wife makes fun of me because I sing Purple Rain all the time. And I can't sing, so I'll say the words and act like I'm singing, I guess. But I just watched, as a matter of fact, I had never seen it. I watched Purple Rain, the movie, a couple weekends ago. And it was man, he's another one we lost too early.
Exactly.
That's a super talented guy.
Very much so.
Man, there's a video, if you hadn't seen it, you ought to watch on YouTube. It's, who was performing? I think Rick James was performing, and he has Prince and Michael Jackson in the audience and calls them up on the stage. And they do a little impromptu.
I've seen that
video.
Seen it? That's James Brown.
James Brown. That's James Brown. You're exactly right. That's who it was. But in the early 80s, I think is when it was.
Right.
But could you imagine being there, seeing James Brown and then Prince and Michael Jackson come up there? I mean, it's just, whoever was there is very blessed to get to see that.
It's crazy. And I did get a chance to go to Prince's concert in Memphis, the last one that he did.
I never got to see him in concert.
So
I bet it was amazing.
To see him
I've heard people say that he put on the best concert you could go to.
Best one I've ever been to.
Really? Yeah, I've been to, so I listen to all kinds of music, like all genres. I really enjoy it. I was telling a guy before, growing up, my parents listened to old school country music, you know, like George Jones and stuff, and I hated it as a kid because I wanted to do something, I didn't want to be like my parents. So I was listening to like Eazy-E and Ghetto Boys, and then I was in a black dance group. I did they call them step groups back in the day, but I was the only white boy in it, I was dancing, and I was all into that kind of music. And then as I grew older, I went through all different phases. So now I'll listen to, I got a blues playlist. I'm talking about old, dirty blues playlist. And then sometimes I'll listen to rock. Sometimes I'm still listening to rap, all kinds of stuff. But then I've got my, relaxing playlist that's got a bunch of Prince and stuff on it. So
I'm the same way. I listen to all different genres of music as well.
Yeah. Well, I think you can get inspiration and, almost emotional support from music at different, depending on the kind you're listening to across genres. So that's great. Well, we're looking forward to having you guys. Is there anything specific? Do you have any original songs, or is it all covers, or what are y'all doing?
We're doing all covers.
Are you?
Right.
Is there anything specific people would know?
Oh, yes. I can just name some of the artists that the music you'll hear from us. You'll hear us do some songs by Frankie Beverly and Mays. You'll hear us do some songs by, Isley Brothers. You'll hear us do some songs by Gap Band. You'll hear us do songs by Johnny Taylor. You'll hear a song by Chris Stapleton that's very popular. I won't name it.
But I know what it is.
And we will also usually outro by the person we just got through discussing.
Okay.
It's usually the last song that we play in the set.
Awesome. Yeah.
by that artist.
Man, so I hope I can listen to the whole thing, just so you know in advance, because I plan to be there for all of them. But this weekend, I have a conflict. My son, my 22-year-old, he's getting married June 4th, and we're doing his bachelor party. Thank you. Nothing crazy, but it is a group of guys getting together. So I think I'll be able to be there for the first party y'all performing, and hoping I get to listen to it. Did y'all perform with us last time?
No.
Because I didn't sponsor it last year, so I'm not sure who was there.
We performed at it's not associated with this, I don't believe, but the other Heritage Festival that's in the fall.
Yeah.
And we've done that for the last couple of years.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm on the board of directors for the chamber that runs that.
Okay.
And then we have another event, if you guys get interested, in the fall we do. It's more of a charity event, but it started during the pandemic. The Ruffin Theater over here was just dying because they weren't having any events. There was nothing going on. And we did a Save the Ruffin Music Fest, and it was like 12 hours of local bands coming in for doing a set. I ran the whole thing, and it was very taxing, but ended up saving it, did a good. So now we do it annually as a sort of a music thing for people to come in. But we'd love to have bands like you guys come in and do more stuff. So where do you all say you hail from? I know we got your manager over here.
All right. We hail from, again, one member's in Jackson,
I know
Tennessee.
you're saying around there, but y'all not claim like Memphis, or is there not one area that y'all claim that?
Well, we just claim anywhere in West Tennessee. We'll show up.
Yeah. Okay.
So we've performed in Mississippi. I actually think we're scheduled in Arkansas next month. So we will travel in the tri-state area.
And then, so I get that your performances are mostly covers, but do y'all do any original music? Are you coming up with anything?
All of us are have regular jobs, so we get together and do this.
You jam out together.
As a release.
I got you.
So we haven't had the time or really had the discussion about creating some original music. I know that we can. It will just have to take time out to do it. But right around this time every year we get busy.
Yeah.
And so then we work all week, and then we get together and play on the weekends.
Well, I'll put a bug in your ear. In addition to the events that we were talking about around here, we are trying to make this area very live music friendly, and really trying to draw people where people don't have to go to, you got like Midtown area where Lafayette's and stuff, there's some music there, or Beale Street, obviously, for blues and stuff. But we want people to be able to come here and listen to live music and have a lot of options. So like the restaurant, I have me and some other partners own a restaurant over the hill here. Very nice place, but we have a patio area, and we're building a little stage. We're going to have music there. We got the Ruffins going to have music. They're doing the live music here on the lawn. We're trying to have a lot of options for people to come. And then I myself am looking at doing even a record label in this area, because I'm really good at marketing and promotions. That's my biggest strength. I mean, I don't want to tell my clients that because I'm a lawyer, but I'm really good at the marketing and branding part. And I think a lot of musicians can benefit from that. What I've found is musicians are much like attorneys that I learned. When I got into legal practice, I found that you may be the best lawyer in the world, but nobody knows. They don't tell them, they don't know how to market and get it out there, right? So similarly, a lot of times musicians can be awesome musicians, and they don't, I'm not saying you guys don't, but I'm saying a lot of them don't know how to get it out there, get the world to see it. So anyway, we're really interested in this area and building a vibrant music community.
That's great.
So I'm glad that you guys are coming and joining us on this event. Hopefully there'll be a bunch of people that turn out. It's the first one, so I would think that, and y'all are literally the first act that's on it, so I would think that it might end up being good.
We have a big following.
That's great. Yeah, let them know, play. And then, even this stuff, hopefully you can share it, use it, and we're going to hopefully maximize it for everybody.
Here's that schedule, Jerry, if you want to go over it again.
Yeah, so they're coming in, and I guess everybody's going to be able to see that. May 21st from 4 to 7 in the courthouse lawn. And if you're watching, when you come, it's kid-friendly. You can bring your chairs. People bring their dogs and stuff, too, and sit out there, and you get to listen to the music. And then some of our businesses will be open for people to patronize if they want during that time. And what I recommend, you can go to both, obviously, because that's a lot of hours there, 4 to 7 and then 7 to 10. But, the restaurants are going to be open, too. So you could eat before and go to the late one, or eat after you go to the early one, and enjoy the evening here on the Covington Square, assuming the weather holds out. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. All right. So how do y'all know? You said you're the manager, and I know they can't see you. She's hiding off the side here, but we got Miss Jean here. And because you said
This is my nephew.
He's your nephew.
Yes.
Well, he don't look. Y'all look. He don't look old, but you don't look old enough to him to be an aunt. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I can ask you. I won't ask her. How old are you?
I'll be 48 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I
See?
can tell you. I'll be more than happy to tell you. I'll be 62 next month.
62?
Yeah.
Man, y'all can't see, but she don't look 62 at all. Really?
62 next month, yeah.
Well, I need to be eating whatever you're eating. 'Cause it looks
Good
good.
soul food.
Because I'm 43, so I ain't far behind you. So my law partner's 40. He just turned 47. So
He went to school with him, if I'm not mistaken. What's his
Brian?
Brian, you went
Yes.
to school with Brian?
Yes, we graduated same year.
Oh, you can tell me all kinds of stuff then. Man, them Huffman boys are something else. Because I went to school with his brother. That's how Brian and I got together.
Okay.
His brother Aaron, he's my age. We graduated in '97 from Covington.
All right.
And Brian, I think, was valedictorian in y'all's class, or right there at it. And Aaron was valedictorian in my class. But them boys, they'd come to, they'd go to do whatever the test, ACT, whatever they're doing, probably high and drunk, and then get a perfect score on it, and then just so smart. Brian ended up going to the Air Force Academy.
Okay.
He was a rocket scientist for a little while there, and then he was an aviator, and then he decided he wanted to go to law school, so he became a JAG officer, went to law school, and so he practiced a little while in Arkansas and Nevada because of the air bases. And then eventually wanted to come home, and then he come home, opened this place up, and I was in law school at the time, and that's how he and I got together.
That's great.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. He'd like to see you again. I may even be
Okay.
able to get him to show up on the courthouse lawn then. He don't get out for a lot of community stuff, but he might if he knows that you're there.
Okay.
How would
he
he
might,
know
he might
you?
remember me. I don't know.
Well, he known you as
I
Reggie?
stayed kind of quiet. He would know me as Charles.
Charles, okay.
That's what I went by in school.
What was your last name?
Hayes.
Hayes, okay. You know relation to Isaac?
No.
We got a memorial up here on him.
Yeah, no relation.
You ought to tell people you were. You get that promotions. Yeah, cool. So you said you live in Memphis?
Atoka.
Atoka. Oh, well, you Tipton County then.
You're right, Tipton
It
County.
counts. Cool.
I was born here in Covington, but I moved to Atoka about 17 years ago, I think it was.
Okay, yeah. Man, y'all had some growth out there.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if they're ready. The Blue Oval City that's coming in is going to be even bigger development for everybody. And I know Atoka's already struggling with some of their the water and utilities and stuff with so many people they have. I don't think people are ready. They're saying that within the first 3 to 4 years, Tipton County's population should increase by 30,000 people. Just Tipton, and that all the surrounding areas also. I don't think people are prepared for the impact that development is going to have on this area. But it would be good for y'all. There'd be more places to play music, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
I'd love for you to be able to do it as your main form. I'm sure you probably would too. Main form of income. Just doing that. That'd be the dream, right?
That'd be a dream.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm working on it, man. I want you folks that are talented to, you should be compensated for your talent. You know
That'd be
what I mean?
awesome.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all coming, and it'll be this Saturday, May 21st at the Courthouse Square, and it's Fifth Degree Band. And Mr. Reggie, Miss Jean, I appreciate y'all hanging out. If people want to check you out and find you or listen to any of the stuff, is there a place they can go to do that?
Well, you can go. We have a Facebook page, Fifth Degree. Mm-hmm. We're also on YouTube. Just look up Fifth Degree, and you'll see us there as well. We have a lot of clips there that people can check us out on.
Great. Cool.
We do a lot of promotions on our personal Facebook page.
Yeah.
Mine is public, so it's Jean Johnson.
Gene Johnson. Yeah, I do a lot of mine. My name is Jerry Mason, but everybody knows me as a Kickin Lawyer. And so I have a Kickin Lawyer fan page, but I actually have more people on my Jerry Mason page than on my Kickin Lawyer one, I think.
Yeah, they'll be seeing it this week.
Great. Okay, well, we're going to promote it for you, too. Hopefully we get people out and come see you.
Great.
Join you.
All right.
Cool.
Looking
Well,
forward to it.
thank y'all for joining us, and thank everybody that's watching this Law Talk. Don't forget you can follow us on all podcast platforms. We're available on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I'm going to skip some of them, Josh. And then we're on, Josh is rolling through my ads. And then we're going to, got Covington Comic-Con coming up August 20th and 21st. And that is at the Covington Civic Center. There'll be some music there. I don't know if it's music y'all want to listen to, but there'll be some music there. There'll be some nerds there, too. It'll be great. And then we got Michelle Allen as our sponsor. She is a Crye-Leike realtor, and if you're buying, selling, renting, she'd be glad to help you out. And we'll skip through to you, Josh. And then don't forget, if you need some marketing help, Masonite Marketing will be there for you to build your websites, help you with branding, social media, etc. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Keep kicking. Thanks for watching, guys. Just remember that this is not legal advice or investment advice or business advice. This is for fun and entertainment purposes only.